Hey everyone, Ron Gasparetto here, and in this video today, I'd like to share with you the idea and the topic of self-talk, and specifically this whole concept of negative self-talk and how we can slow the momentum of negative self-talk in our days. Because I know from personal experience and talking to so many people, this whole idea of talking negatively to ourselves really has an impact on our days and our lives and how we move forward with our lives. Because when we say things to ourselves like, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not intelligent enough, I'll never be able to figure this out, I'm not lovable, I'm not worthy enough, crap like this, when we say this stuff to ourselves like this, we're taking away from who we really are. And we're weakening ourselves, and we lose the confidence to pursue our goals and go after our dreams because we just don't believe we're capable enough and that we're, like I said, we're worthy or intelligent enough. We just stop in our tracks and we settle in lives. So this negative self-talk that we engage in every single day really has a negative impact in our lives. So how can we slow that down? And I do say slow that down because we have to be realistic. It's going to be pretty hard to stop 100% this negative self-talk. But if we can slow the momentum down just a little bit, we're going to be able to start gaining some positive momentum in the things that are important to us so that we can pursue those. So I have 5 ideas on this topic I'd like to share with you today to help you in moving past some of this negative self-talk that we engage in every single day. Now the first idea is basically understanding. And what I mean by this is understanding what these thoughts are and where they come from. We have to realize that these thoughts that we say to ourselves every single day are not who we really are. We didn't come into this world saying these things to ourselves. They've been conditioned into ourselves from our society, from our upbringing, from our culture, from just stuff we've been saying to ourselves throughout the years. And we start to believe these thoughts and think that that's who we really are. But that's not who we really are. These thoughts are just lies we say about ourselves and our capability and our worthiness that just, like I said, steal away from who we really are. We have to come to that understanding that this negative self-talk is not who we really are. And the second idea I'd like to share with you, which sort of follows from that, is that you do have control of your thoughts. Now, I used to be a place in my life where I used to have so many negative thoughts going on in my life. I felt like my thoughts were thinking me, if you will, that they were controlling me. And I know many people have been in that place before, and maybe you have as well, where the thoughts are going so strong, you just sort of believe that you can't think anything else but those thoughts. But always realize that you have control of your thoughts. You can choose a thought and a different thought at any moment in your life. So I want you to understand that you do have the control to change your thoughts. The third idea I'd like to share with you, and there's sort of a flow here that follows from that control of changing your thought, is that first of all, we have to be able to slow down the train. Slow down the train, the momentum of the negative thoughts. And the absolute best way of doing this is meditation. There is nothing more powerful than meditation in slowing down the speed and the momentum of negative thoughts. First thing in the morning and in the evening before you go to bed, it just sort of, like I said, it sort of stops the thinking. And because so much of our thinking is negative, it just really slows down the whole force and the momentum of negative thinking and negative self-talk. So if you're not engaged in any kind of meditation program right now, I strongly suggest you do that. 10-15 minutes in the morning, 10-15 minutes at night before you go to bed, and you'll really find the effect of that over a short period of time, how that stops the negative self-talk that we engage with ourselves throughout the day. And if you are in a meditation program, all the power to you, and continue moving forward with that, because I'm sure you've already experienced some of the benefits of meditation and taking away and slowing down that negative self-talk and that negative thinking that we always engage in. Now, the fourth idea, and again, it follows from the whole idea of meditation and slowing down the train, is basically awareness. We have to be aware at certain times in our day when we're having these negative thoughts. And the best way you can do that is to set up what I call some triggers throughout the day. Now, these are just basic 3 or 4 times, or maybe more often throughout the day. I want you to set an alarm on your phone or something that's going to get you to stop. Maybe you set certain time throughout the day that you know emphatically you're going to stop. And I want you to stop and ask yourself this question, or these 2 questions actually. what am I thinking about right now? What is the thought I was just thinking about right now? And was that thought empowering and moving me forward in my life? Or was that thought diminishing me and taking away and stealing from my confidence and who I really am? If you do that, if you set up that habit of doing that 3 or 4 times a day, or more often if you can, of just asking yourself those 2 questions. This whole idea of awareness, if you're not aware of your negative thinking, there's no way you're going to be able to stop it. You have to be able to stop a few times throughout the day and say, okay, what am I thinking? What was I just thinking? And was that enhancing me? Or was that taking away from me and stealing from who I really am? Was that moving me towards my goals or away from my goals? If you can teach yourself to do this, if you can set up that habit throughout your day to do this, you're going to start finding so much power and momentum in changing this whole idea of negative self-thinking and negative talk within yourself. And the 5th idea is basically, once you do that, now you have to start infusing some positive self-talk into your life. So once you stop yourself and ask yourself, okay, what was I just thinking? So now if it was negative, turn it around, flip it 180. For example, if you've been saying to yourself, okay, there's no way I can figure this out. I'm not smart enough to figure this out. I've never been able to do that before. Stop yourself and say, you know something? I'm good. I've figured stuff like this out before. I'm an intelligent person. I'm capable. I've done stuff before in my life that I've been successful at. I'll figure this out. I know if I put a little bit of focus and effort into this, I'm going to be able to move forward and figure this problem or this situation out. Start turning your thoughts around. Do that 180. And when you practice this day in and day out, you're going to start seeing a little more momentum moving towards the positive in your life and less on the negative. And like I said, we're never going to stop the negative self-talk in our lives. But the most successful people, the most accomplished people in their lives, and when I say accomplished, people are just being themselves and living their lives. And that's what we all want. We just want to be able to be ourselves and live our lives and live our truth and go after the things that are really important, that we really want in our lives. The people who do that on a more consistent basis, they've learned to sort of train their minds away from this negative self-talk. And those 5 ideas I just shared with you, they implement those in their day. Most successful people, if not all successful people, they meditate. They realize the power of slowing their thinking down. They stop throughout the day and they catch themselves when they're thinking something negative, and they infuse some positive ideas and thoughts, and they turn that thinking right around. So I really encourage you to do that in your day and implement these 5 ideas into your daily habits, if you will. And you're going to see over the long haul, in the weeks and the months ahead, you're going to start having more momentum and more positivity in your life overall. So I hope that idea, those 5 ideas really help you today, and please implement those in your lives. I know we all suffer from this idea of negative self-talk, but if you can put some of these things into play, you're really going to start seeing the change in your life and into the positive that you really want to experience in your life. You're going to start becoming who you really are more, and you're going to start living towards and into the dreams that you really want for your life. So until next time, I invite you to go out there every single day of your life and live from your real, true, authentic self with a loving heart, an open mind, and a joyous spirit.